Cop and a Half, a buddy cop action comedy with a star-studded South African cast, has officially premiered on Amazon Prime Video, marking the debut film from Cheeky Studios. Set in the heart of Johannesburg, Cop and a Half follows two mismatched crime fighters that find themselves having to take on the world of drug trafficking. Joining me now are executive producer Yusuf Stevens and actress Nadine Theron to talk to us about bringing this homegrown blockbuster to life. A very good morning to both of you. Thank you so much for your time.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning, Katlego. Thank you for having us.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure. It's always lovely to speak about homegrown movies that are made in the way that they have been made. So maybe perhaps we start with you, Yusuf, in terms of the transition for Cheeky Media to Cheeky Studios. You are known for some of that unscripted reality and the magazine shows that you've produced over the years. What now fostered this move into this original scripting and movie making?
Yeah, it's an interesting one because, like you say, we kind of were always referred to as the TV guys because that's who we were.
Right.
We still are, right? But yeah, I think a new challenge, trying something completely different, and also just evolving with what the demand for content is becoming,
And that's very interesting, and I want us a little later to talk about that in terms of even the different platforms that you're now finding yourselves on. But speaking about Cop and a Half, Nadine, you play the role of the villain cop. Just talk to us about your role there a little bit and just the synergies between yourself and the other cast members that you're with.
Yeah, so I play Lady T, and I'm not a cop. I'm actually on the drug side of things, and I'm kind of the secret assassin, and I do all Demamzo's dirty work for her, and I don't actually ask questions. I just I use my fists or my gun, and I talk later, and I make deals later. So nobody really wants to mess with me and myself and my other character, Busi, who's played by Noxolo. We are Demamzo's, I guess, children. She picked us up from the streets, and she's looked after us, and she's taught us her ways and how to kind of become queen pins one day. So yeah, it's really exciting, and we had lots of fun with lots of action and
lots
good
of guns.
laughs.
I can imagine.
Lots of guns.
But Nadine, just how important is it for you to be able to translate some of the stories and the social ills that exist within our communities? And even though this is a comedy, but it's also very important for us to be teaching in the work and the artistry that we do.
Absolutely. I think there's so much that we don't know about what goes on behind closed doors, and especially in underprivileged and rural areas. We don't know the extent of what people need to do to make money, and illegally especially, and it's just a cutthroat. Can I say it's even an industry?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I hope that this brings light to the issues that we do have in our country and a lot of other countries, but also just be aware that we also have good in the other side as well.
Speaking about the other side, Yusuf, you've always been the executive producer that's calling the shots, but you also featured in one of the first scenes of the movie. Just talk to us about that experience.
Not even original there. That I felt was my Stanley moment. But funny, it wasn't actually originally planned.
Okay.
We had I play SWAT team leader, so and I'm credited for that. And,
oh wow.
We needed someone who can. We needed the SWAT team leader, and he ran late that day. So it was going to throw the entire schedule out, and unlike TV where you can just kind of you make it up, like on set, if you lose half a day, like it's big money.
It's
so
costly, yeah.
they just said, "Oh, Yusuf, you can do this," and then I kind of got bullied into doing it, but I'm glad I did it.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, I think maybe I'll make that my signature thing,
just to feature in all the movies that you produce.
Sure. As a sweeper or cleaner or something funny.
That cameo, of course. No, it's very interesting. Talking about just telling those South African stories, in putting together this particular movie, how important was it for it to have a global appeal?
It was super important for us. We didn't know whether we would kind of pull that off. We were obviously hoping for this, so the fact that Amazon decided to go for a global, worldwide release is quite a big deal for us. But yeah, we want to show that, you know, South African talent can perform on a global stage. You know, there's nothing wrong with just, you know, South Africa, but I think that there's so much talent here, and it can be showcased. And we hope that it will create more opportunities for actors, actresses, producers, directors, and, you know, for everyone. Just put our work out there for the world to see.
It's very important. Nadine, so the movie premiered on the 20th, I believe, of August. So it's a little over 10 days. How are you finding the responses from your own inner circles, friends, family, just communities that are responding to it?
They are absolutely loving it. And the fact that it is global as well. I've got a lot of international friends and family that are overseas. So everybody's been able to watch it and get back to us, and they are loving it. They love the local humor that we have also Yusuf and the team brought in. So it's really great to have the local side of things and the local innuendos, but also it speaks so wide to the whole global. So they've been taking it so well, and it has been amazing. This is probably my first acting role as well. So a lot of the time when I'm doing stunt doubling stuff, you know, you never really know whether it's me or the actress. So it's actually quite nice to show my friends and family that I do have a face and I can be in front of the camera this time.
And how are the relations with some of the lead actors such as Trevor Gumbi as well as Jonathan in terms of their teachings and their experience on being on screen, and how that then translated in terms of how you were able to perform?
It was very interesting. Because I'm from Cape Town, I had to fly to Joburg to shoot the movie, and there were lots of days that I wasn't needed, but I actually went on to set anyways, just to learn from Jono and from Trevor and from Tati and all the other amazing actors and actresses on this movie. So I just took it all in, and they were really welcoming and giving and great advice. And MQ, the director, also gave me a lot of advice with my acting, and it was an amazing experience.
It sounds like the set was a lot of fun over the time that you were filming. Talk to us about the casting. I mean, a lot of the times, especially when it comes to films that you are looking for that global appeal, certain faces that you put towards a movie and it then bringing back that return on investment in terms of who your viewers will be is quite a big concern, especially for executive producers. What was that process like for you?
You know, this was a tricky film because we had this idea in 2019. We shot a proof of concept in 2019, and then COVID hit. So, you know, when we decided that, you know, this is the direction we want to go, and we said, you know what, let's just go for it. Let's put something on camera, and, you know, we'll try to break down the door because, like I said, we were stereotypically kind of placed in the TV box.
Yes.
But anyway, so COVID happens, and eventually we come out, and we proceed with this, and everything happens so organically. You know, like lots of learnings, lots of mistakes, obviously on the first one. But as an example, Trevor was brought on as a writer.
Oh, really?
So Trevor, he was brought on as a writer. Jonathan, who obviously stars in it, he also co-wrote it.
Yes.
So. Yes. It was interesting because we had the writing team, and then, you know, I was actually seeing more of Trevor because he was in the office. And then when we started the casting, you know, at some point in time, Jono said, like, okay, Trev, like, just jump in front of the camera and let's see what, and he absolutely nailed it. The person who was actually going to play this, we were kind of stuck between, it was Joey Rasdeen. He did a great audition. But at the end of it, we kind of felt that Trevor, he really brought this character to life.
Sure, that's so interesting. So going back to the broadcast platforms, I mean, being Cheeky Media that's used to using the traditional broadcasting, being on the silver screen, on the small screen, how important has it been that now you've moved on to Amazon? Would we find more of your placements on platforms such as Netflix, perhaps in the near future?
That's the idea, right? So, like, obviously we've done, I think our longest running show is The Man Cave. So It was Cheeky Media's first project. It's kind of my little baby, and it's a lot of fun doing the man cave, because anything we kind of dream up, we end up doing. Any place or country that you've wanted to go to, we end up doing some sort of an adventure there.
Right.
We're busy kind of in pre-production for the Man Cave Season 8, which is Africa. And yeah, there has been interest from, you know, a few of the streamers. So it is an interesting one, because it's not exclusive either. So you know, we still obviously do a lot of TV work. We do a lot of kind of, you know, the advertising side of the business is ultimately what pays the bills.
Of course.
But yeah, we're looking at a bit of a hybrid where, you know, we take some of our projects and it goes on to, you know, the streamer and on TV. And we're working on quite a few scripts for in the film space. Because once you've had a bite, you know, it's
it's forever.
It's forever, yeah. For
Certainly.
sure.
Last but not least, Nadine, what do you expect audiences to take from this movie?
Wow, a little bit of everything. I think there's a lot of realism and a lot of local, I think a lot of laughter and a lot of just feel-good moments as well. And yeah, just enjoy every moment. There's so many different moments of it. So I think going into life, you should just enjoy every little moment, good or bad.
That's great. Nadine, Yusuf, thank you so much for your time. I certainly do hope that many will enjoy this first movie from Cheeky Studios and that we'll have many more coming out in the coming years.